Hey guys, Draco here with KDT, and this is kind of just a video about the Battlefield 4 beta, kind of a review on it and what I think should change by the time the full game is out and what I think is good about it and whatnot. But these are always just my opinions on it. People can agree or disagree. But yeah, the gameplay in the background will kind of be related to the topic I'm talking about at the time, like whether I'm talking about like kits and stuff like that or sniping. I have quite a few hours of footage to go through, so I'll look for it and if I can find it and whatnot. But yes, so the first thing I want to talk about is the helicopters and the vehicles. The way they have it set up for flying helicopters now, I'm not really a huge fan of it. I liked it in Battlefield 3. It's kind of a little more difficult in Battlefield 4, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty good. It's basically just starting off as not as easy as it was in Battlefield 3. But yeah, some people still don't know how to fly the helicopters. I have a couple friends that don't know. And basically the throttle, like to go up and down, is up and down on their left joystick. And then to turn is your left joystick as well. Like to, I'm not sure what it's actually called in helicopter terms, but, and then, yeah, the other stick's just basically for your movement up and down and whatnot. And, yeah, I'm not really a big fan of how they have the helicopters set up in this game and how it is to fly them. No jets yet, so I'm not really sure how those are since they don't have them in the beta, just on the one map they have out. And then tanks, I don't really like the way they have the tanks either, the way they have the shells set up. It's kind of difficult to explain how they are. You have 5 shots, I believe, and then they reload pretty fast, but once you run out of the 5 shots, you gotta wait for them to regenerate type of thing. Like, you have unlimited, but they gotta regenerate at a slow pace. The Jeeps are basically just how they were in Battlefield 3, just, they're not as, they look more armored, I guess you could say. And then the gun on them seems a little more powerful as well than it was in Battlefield 3. And, the controls for the Jeeps and the tank is the exact same as it is for the helicopter, with the throttle being the up and down on the left stick, which isn't my favorite. Next thing I guess we can talk about is the kits on the guns, like the kits such as the assault kit, the sniper kit, engineer, and I believe the other one is support. The way they have those set up is pretty good. It's basically the same as it was in Battlefield 3, almost identical really, except they changed a few things around and added a few different new features to each one. For example, the support kit no longer has the C4 on it, it's the sniper kit that does, which I don't really like that, since when I'm sniping normally I'm not down there trying to blow up tanks and putting it on an objective. I'm trying to snipe from on top of a building or going down somewhere where someone can't find me. So what I'd find more useful for them to do is put claymores on the sniper kit, the recon kit I guess, rather than the C4. I'm not sure if they have claymores on the recon kit. I haven't leveled it up that far yet to see if they do. Hopefully they do, because I'd be using that a lot more. And a neat feature is I think it's basically a rangefinder is what it is. It's infrared as well, so it's kind of easy to find people on the map and look for targets and whatnot. And also if you're like looking at a tank or something, you can lock onto it. For people with RPGs, I think, can shoot the tank and it locks on. Same with helicopters, people with RPGs can shoot those down as well and it locks on. So that's pretty neat, I guess. The next thing I guess we could talk about is the map. The map, how they have it set up, I'm not really a fan of the colors of it. It seems kind of foggy. Like, when you're on one side of the map, you can barely see across the map to the other side. Like, if you're trying to snipe from building to building, it's kind of difficult to get there. The elevator feature they've included in there is pretty neat. I like that a lot. The building falling kind of makes the game lag out a bit when the building starts to fall. But that's probably just a bug with the beta. It'll probably be fixed on the real game, as well as there's a lot of graphical glitches in the game, like texture glitches and whatnot. Sometimes you can see through walls, and depending on where you're standing, you can see through a wall and see a guy over there. So it's kind of an unfair advantage if you know where the texture glitches and graphic glitches are. Yeah, but the colors seem kind of off. Besides that, it's overall still, I like that game way more than any other game I've played. Maybe comparing it to Battlefield 3, I still like Battlefield 3 a little bit more until the new maps come out and the game is fully released. I think I'm still a fan of Battlefield 3 more. But if you like Battlefield series, you'll probably like this game. Another thing they included was leaning around corners and peeking over barriers. Depending on how close you are to a corner, you can peek around it sort of by just aiming down. aiming down your sight. Same with peeking over stuff. You can be crouched behind it and hit the left trigger to aim over it, and it'll like pop you up and down while you're aiming down the sights. But other than that, if you guys want to see any other footage or anything, tutorials, I'm not really sure tutorials on it. But yeah, just post in the comments, like the video. We're still a new channel, so if you guys can get us known, that'd be great. And yeah, thanks guys. Hope you liked the video.
Danger, danger, east of your location. There appears to be a hostile tank. Attack this objective, soldiers.